think the one thing that dudes that play like sports, football, and quarterbacks are normally good and kickers, but other dudes, we're so used to trying harder to do better, and golf is a complete opposite. So for me, my trainer, the main thing they're telling me is try less hard, or like relax, let the club do the work. Why is it so expensive? Like normal things of like just relaxing, because every time you try to like, I want to crush it, it never does anything good. So just the mental aspect of that, and then being able to get the handicaps, you can play with anybody. I see older dudes hitting the ball way farther than me. Remember, there's no way this dude is 70 years old and he hits it 50 yards farther than me. I'm like, how? He's just smooth. It's like
it's all tempo, bro.
It's all tempo, and it's just something I know I can play it for so much longer. So I got the bug. I'm addicted.
Oh man, welcome to the club, bro. All of us are.
A blessing and a curse.
No, for sure.
Yes. Welcome back to the Par 3 podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, J.R. Smith. This has been Baller. This is Stephen Malbon. We have a very special guest here today. 3-time Pro Bowler, national champion, 7th pick in the first round. My boy, Mr. Swag.
My God.
So icy. Mr. Joe Haden, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, this is our first NFL pro.
Man, what? Not only is it our first NFL pro, but this is not only one of my favorite people to play golf with, but by far the swaggiest dude I've ever seen on the golf course. Not even close. Not even. I'll tell you, Audemars, Richard Mill, Icy, Van Cleef, couple Icy, just chain gang, kick game, phenomenal. We ain't even gonna talk about that like those, but a lot of people don't know that you had your own sneaker store.
Yes.
You know, I don't know how they didn't know this, but they didn't know how big it was in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And, you know, some of your business decisions that you made and catapulted your situation. But how did you even get into, like, just the fashion of who you are?
Well, it's all started, I'm from Maryland, and I think Maryland, D.C., the DMV area, that dudes have flavor. Dudes can dress. Dudes just have style. So I started collecting shoes when I was in middle school, 7th grade, waiting outside a Foot Locker with me and my boys, 5 o'clock in the morning, collecting shoes. And then just once I started getting a little bit of money, once I got to the league, it just went crazy. And then I got sponsored by Jordan, helped it out. And when I was in Cleveland, I really, really loved it. So I opened up a sneaker store there. And Dan Gilbert, he was really interested because his son and Josh Luber, those dudes always saw me around the city and opened up my shoe store. And they was like, yo, Joe, I think it's a good idea we start like a stock market for shoes. Like, I think that's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. And it came up with StockX, so ended up getting involved with that. So it's in me now.
No, for sure.
Thank you, bro.
Fun fact, man. Fun fact. You know, did you know I had the first IPO ever on StockX?
Oh, I think we were in it together.
Yeah, we did the Ben Baller slides. Ben Baller did the chain slides. Was the first IPO shoe they ever did on StockX.
Wow.
So Dan flew me out to Detroit, and I've been everywhere, but I didn't know how close Detroit, because he was like, oh, we're jumping on a jet to Cleveland. I'm like, damn, it's going to be a long flight. I wasn't thinking about it. Bro, it was like 30 minutes, man.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Huge shout out to Dan Gilbert and the Cleveland family.
And Josh Luber, my dog.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Big shout out. And how did that transition into, like, just your golf swag?
Oh, bro, that literally because with Jordan, you know, Eastside Golf, but then at the same time, just always wanting to dress nice, always wanting to look like Dion when we played, when I played football, always wanting to look like AI when I played basketball, sleeve, finger stuff, you know, just trying to look fly, you know, you look good, you feel good, you play good.
100%.
And I always just saw golf dudes, and I mean, it's still a swag, you know what I'm saying, but it's a different swag. You can just put a little sauce. You are my favorite dress golfer that I see.
No, man, he be drippy.
He be dressing just with the layered socks and just making it, you still are going to have your shirt tucked in, you can still walk inside of any clubhouse, but you're still like, that dude doesn't look like me. You know what I'm saying? You still got your stuff on. So just always having that little extra flavor.
One thing I've heard, because obviously going through the situation at Lakeside right now, obviously a member at Lakeside, and one of the greatest things I've heard, and normally I would hear normally somebody say it about me, or I would say it to them, but I heard by far the greatest thing I've ever heard when it came to you and your fashion. It was like, you know what Joe calls the pro shop? I was like, no. He's like, his closet. And I was like,
Oh, wow.
bro, that is the greatest analogy, or it's the greatest thing I've ever heard. Because literally, when I go to the pro shop, I get like, I start feeling like it's different. Like, I need this to go with this, and this to go with that, to go with this. And then before you know it, my locker is just hangers and boxes and all that. So I really like that, though. That was a nice touch.
Our lockers probably look the exact same, bro.
I bet it does.
Literally.
Look, I take pride in wearing a little swan on the side of my shirt. You know what I mean? That Lakeside 1923, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
1926?
26, my bad.
Don't worry about it.
I got a few of them joints. I'm on the waiting list still, and I had all the references, but I think during the whole, I got into golf late.
Yeah.
So the COVID explosion went nuts. And even having the Andy Garcia, George Lopez, and Joe Pett, even all those cosigns, I'm still like, it's like a weird thing. I didn't know they had to have dinner at your crib and all this crazy stuff.
I don't know. They might just be trying to come to your house because they ain't coming to my crib.
Play golf with them and everything. But I played most of my rounds probably there.
Okay. No,
You know,
for sure.
First time I met you, you were playing with Miles Teller and Nick Jonas.
Yeah.
I was playing with George Lopez and this director dude.
Definitely was.
And I turned the corner, never really, because you wear a football helmet. So why would I know what your face? You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of hard to.
Well, for sure.
So I'm like, this dude, who the fuck? And this was Joe Haden. I was like, oh, because you had the matching top shorts. Like it was funny. I mean, it was twilight.
My boy out there, I'm telling you.
And the whole thing is, you had your son with you. I'm not even kidding. I think your outfit matched the color of your bag. Your bag wasn't black either, so it was like the whole fit was like 23. This and that. It was funny how your number or something. And I was like, oh shit. And then later that day, I'm leaving the clubhouse and Frankie Delgado hit me. And he's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm just leaving Lakeside. He goes, hey, my boy Joe Haden. I was like, I just met him. Yeah, I just seen him, man. He's like, yo. I was like, you can't miss him, bro. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Like, because
sure.
Miles Teller and Nick, they're pretty like chill.
Yeah, no, those are quiet dudes. Dudes. I try to get them out a little bit. Try to get them out of their
But you didn't have to
comfort
say a
zone.
word. You was loud as hell. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. It was cool to see that though. You know, I love Lakeside. So you know.
No, for sure.
What's your earliest memories of golf? Like, how did you?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't really get into golf. Like you said, I was one of the COVID. I'm a COVID golfer. I started honestly when I got drafted to Cleveland. We always do once a year. You would do a nice tournament, like a charity tournament, golf tournament. I would go just smack it around, and never really because I would get mad. I'm just looking at this little ball. I should be able to hit you very, very far, and it just was throwing me off. So when COVID happened, we were stuck in the house, and all of my boys was like, "Yo, I'm like, what are you about to do? I'm about to go play golf. What are you about to do? I'm about to play golf. All right, I'm going with you." So then went with one of my homeboys, Gino. He's a member at Lakeside. He's really good. The dude's a scratch golfer. So going out there with him, he has a blast. He just kicks it. So went up there to Lakeside, met all of those dudes. I'm like, all right, this is a place where I need to be. You know, so I kind of locked in, started taking it serious. And UPG, I started getting a couple lessons. I got lessons from my Lakeside guys.
UGP.
And then, Urban Golf Performance. Yeah. So I went there. I got a couple lessons there, and just was dialed in. I think the one thing that dudes that play like sports, football, and quarterbacks are normally good and kickers, but other dudes we're so used to trying harder to do better, and golf is a complete opposite. So for me, my trainer, the main thing they're telling me is try less hard, or like relax, let the club do the work. Why is it so expensive? Like normal things of like just relaxing, because every time you try to like, I want to crush it, it never does anything good. So just the mental aspect of that, and then being able to get the handicaps, you can play with anybody. I see older dudes hitting the ball way farther than me. I'm like, there's no way this dude is 70 years old and he hits it 50 yards farther than me. I'm like, how? He's just smooth. It's like
it's all tempo, bro.
It's all tempo, and it's just something I know I can play it for so much longer. So I got the bug. I'm addicted.
Oh man, welcome to the club, bro. All of us are.
A blessing and a curse.
No, for sure.
Yes. One of the things I like, because we all talk about it a lot, is our kids and being fathers, and because all of us are dads. And one of my favorite memories of you is not slapping in 5, going down, hitting a 3 or something. It's literally stepping on the golf course with you and your son. Like that for me seeing that and seeing, how passionate you are about not only spending time with your son, but like making sure he understands, like, listen, you stand over here, the etiquette of the game, and just like the small things that people don't don't really pay attention to as much. But as being a parent, you're teaching them different nuances of the game and about life. And for me, that's one of the things I respect the most about you, because not too many people will just, the boys is playing and they be like, yo, what you doing today? Like, hey man, I gotta get, like, nah, I'm playing with my son today. Like, me and my man, little man, we gonna go play 9, whatever. And for me, like, that was heartfelt, because I was fortunate to be able to be a part of that and join y'all. So for me, I appreciate that, man.
For sure, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot.
How old?
6.
And you got him out there?
Joey, I got him out there, man.
JoJo, man. That's my dog.
It's so good, because like I said too, I didn't start playing until I was older. I wish I would have took it a lot.
Oh,
like
man.
seriously, when I was younger, or even when I first got in the league. Like, it's going to be bad, but you can get good. Just kind of focusing on it.
I remember I went to the Weddington once, and I was like waiting to do a lesson or hitting balls or something, and there was a father-son. They pulled up to the driving range, and they're waiting on their instructor, and so they were just warming up. And then the dad, the kid was hitting it like shit. The dad was hitting it like shit. Neither of them had ever played. And then the dad was like, listen, we're both doing this together. Like, he's like grinding this kid that like, don't give up yet. We have an instructor coming. So then the instructor came, and after an hour, the little 6-year-old, 8-year-old kid, he went from trash to like looking perfect. The dad just stayed the same for an hour, because when you're little, you listen. You don't have an ego. You're not trying to hit it hard. You just, I'm gonna do what the man told me to do. He said, go back slow and then turn and hit through it. And then, so by the end, the little kid was holding his father through. He looked like, a fucking PGA pro player. But Pops never got any better in an hour. He just got worse. It was amazing how much easier it is to learn. They say like learning, languages, like try to learn 2-3 languages when you're our age. It's going to be tricky.
Oh, yeah.
No,
But when you're little, he's like, you could learn 8.
Oh, no, for sure.
If you don't realize you're learning them.
Yep.
We had our coach on, on an earlier episode, and he's giving me so much game on certain things. And I asked him, I said, how you think I got pretty good or whatever fast? And he said, because you have no information in your head. And he said, that's why, you don't really know anything else. And I can you're like a fresh canvas.
Yeah.
Don't look at YouTube. Don't look at Instagram swings and this and that and whatever. And what you just said, I've said several times. So I got a scholarship playing football. I played cornerback. I'm a left corner at UC Berkeley, Cal, right? And I think about my career in football. And of course, I wish I would play pro, whatever. I walked on and played basketball. So I played these sports because that's the sports I grew up playing.
Yeah.
Like, fuck golf. I remember they tried to play me when I was a kid, whatever. There was this golf team in my son's school. My wife signed him up, not even me. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then the price of golf was like 1/10 of what basketball and football was. Had to buy whatever. I could get the clubs and all that shit. So I told my coach, I was like, man, I really regret, playing football. I wish I'd have went play golf. And Ron said the coldest shit to me.
What is that?
So you know what, man? It was your time to play golf it was your time. He goes, no matter what, golf will always be there for you. Golf will be there for you later. And when Ron said that, it just hit me different. Like, because I was thinking, he goes, Ben, look at the trajectory of your life, where you've gone, what you did in life. If you played golf then, you might not have met all the people you did. You wouldn't have worked for Dr. Dre or Jay. You know what I'm saying? These people, and it's true. So golf's here now, and I'm embracing it. But of course, I'm like, damn, I wish I played. I wish I'd be better. Who knows? But Ron's like, maybe you wouldn't be better.
No, for
Do you know
sure.
what I mean? And I'm like, all right. So it just, it's so dope to hear you say that, because I relate to that. I felt that like inside.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. That's why I put it in my kids now early. And with sports and anything, he likes golf. Like, that's the one thing too. I'm not forcing him to go out there. He's like, Dad, I'm gonna go play golf with you. He sees me putting my stuff on. He's like this. We're golfing on Saturday. Saturday's the day we go. You know what I'm saying? Play our little 9. So just having him motivated, having him want to do it. He does not want to play football, and I'm happy because I'm like, bro, if you go out there, these kids are not playing. Like, you will get hurt. You will get hurt.
Oh,
out there.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just an avenue. If you want to do it, I'm here for you, but I'm not going to put you out there for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So golf is non-physical, and we can play this forever, son. So let's figure this out.
100%.
But wait, you just said something that really kind of sparked something too with the conversation I had with my wife about my middle son, who's like he's like the husky. He's a solid boy. Like, he's big.
Yeah.
My other son is very skinny. and we're talking about football now because he's starting to get interested in it. And I was like, if you want to play, I can teach you about football. Not much I can really say about golf. I'm still new. I mean, there's basic stuff I can tell him. But I thought about the injury aspect stuff of like, I think that definitely I wake up every day and I'm in pain because of, I didn't play pro, but I think I still have injuries from then. I played against Larry Allen, bro. He's the greatest lineman ever. Screen pass. And I felt like I hit a wall, things like that. Like, do you ever think about that? Like, as far, like, I know you're an NFL legend, but being that with the legacy, does that bother you that he'd rather play golf than play football, or are you cool with it?
I'm so cool with that. Like, cause I think it was in me. It was in me. It was in my little brothers. My dad had to force it. He was like, Dad, bring us outside, train us. Like, if he doesn't want that, he doesn't have that energy, then he's not wanting to be great at football, and that's what it takes. So I know kind of what it is, and I'm not going to he's going to play flag then until he gets that like dog in him, because you got to have that in you when you're playing, because it's a very physical game. So football is that's just not an option. You know what I'm saying?
Love you for that, bro.
My 4-year-old Jet, his name is Jet, and this dude I'm bringing him, Dad, throw the football when he's putting the flags on, he's going outside. I'm going to have a guy that wants to play football here. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm going to embrace all of that stuff he wants to do. I'm going to get him right, start footwork, whatever, all of that. I know that football, I got you. With Joey, we're doing golfing, we're working on tennis. He loves to draw, all that. Maximizing that. What I'm saying? So I'm in it to win it for the kids. It's like, bro, maximize.
Please?
Daddy
gang,
I did
bro.
it because I loved it. This what I knew. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brothers, my mom and dad was like, bro, y'all love football, basketball, play sports, get good grades, be good kids. That's all my parents did. My first job ever was in the NFL. Like, parents did my thing. I got a scholarship to Florida, left the crib, never came back. You know what I'm saying? So my son doesn't have to do that.
Now you're Lakeside.
God bless. God bless.
It worked.
Bless.
I feel like, because I talked to him about it a lot, because I feel like he's on an accelerated program. Like, he will go from shooting 100 to mid-80s. You know what I'm saying? Within the course of months. And I've seen you literally. I feel like I've seen one of your worst rounds, and I've seen one of your best rounds. And it's literally within 3-4 months.
3-4 months.
And where do you? Because a lot of people say, they want to get better. They want to get better. And I need a coach, I need this, I need that. Like, where did you get better at? Where did you find that, like, you was like, you know what? I'm just take this and run with it. And then literally in months, you got that much better.
It was literally, like I told you, just the swing thoughts that I was getting from the coach of just, Joe, stop trying so hard. I would go in there and literally be like, all right, I don't care. I'm going to swing 50% the entire round and watch and I was scoring the same thing as when I was swinging 1,000%. So, all right, bet. Let me go 75%. Score started dropping. And I'm like, all right, Joe, just understand. You're going to hit it. It's going to go. Get the thing right. And then don't ever feel like you're going to give it extra. Yeah. Don't give it extra. And that's just my whole thing in my mind is like, it makes me feel good because it's the less I try, the better I get. So it's not like, I know I got it in me. I can hit every shot. So that's the good part about golf too. I'm like, you got it. Just get that feel and keep it there. Get that feel.
Isn't it insane that, like, I'll go to the range and do that 70% shit, right? Like, I'm just going to swing 70%. And I'm going to sit here and hit, 20 in a row. Try to hit them all 70%. And I'll go 70%, 70%, 70%, 140. Just like on the range for no reason. It's that whole, like, that's the hardest part. I think it's like I've said it to you before, like, dunking's gotta be easier than a finger roll, right? It's just easier. So hitting the ball hard is like it's like easier to hit it hard and give it everything you got than hit it like a little 60% buttery, 7-iron. And then learning like the difference of like, if I swing 60 or 70% and I hit like my 8-iron, it goes 160. If I swing 120%, it still goes 160.
Yeah,
it's the same distance. It almost goes less.
Mine's gonna go 60.
Yeah,
and I'm going at the top of it. Maybe.
Yeah, even if I hit it hard and it's like I hit it hard and I ripped it and it's like, damn, I hit that hard. It still goes just the exact same distance if I hit it in buttery one. So it's like, let the clubs work and stop jumping on it and being violent. This dude was on earlier on, and he was explaining this humming joint where like every swing you tighten up somewhere in your swing. So when you hum, so like mine is I'll go just before I hit it. And so you can't fake the vocal cords, whatever. You can actually hear it. But then other people will go, at the top. So it's a little trick that you can try just to like, the problem is when you tighten up, it makes disasters, right?
Like Mary J. Blige, I'm telling you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but I mean, I had a really bad round at the Farms. It's a beautiful course in San Diego, right? So Phil Mickelson, Jordan, they're members there, and it's a hard course. Yeah. I shot like a 96 or a 97 there, and I don't think I haven't shot anywhere near that, and since the beginning I started playing. So I didn't talk to anybody that night, and I said, "Listen, man, how about fuck everyone? Turn the phone off." I was asking, "Yo, you okay?" I was like, "No, go fuck yourself, fuck your mama." Like I was on that level.
Wow.
So I said, I can't. Like,
wow, that was drastic.
So I was in a bad mood. I went to go play the next day. I found a course that was open. Probably thought it was gonna be a trash course. Actually, ended up being a cool track called Arrowwood. Didn't know I was gonna play with the Strixon and a Cobra rep. Like they're playing with golfers. I just jumped into some random person's, and paid. Yeah. And I literally swung probably 40% the whole time, and I was killing it. Like, bro, I don't know, I shot at 81, and I missed some shit. I got myself out of trouble, and every time the dude was like, "Yo, man, that shit looks effortless. You getting the birdie on par threes here and there. You literally look." I was clubbing up. So let's say I was supposed to use a 7-iron, I'm sorry, 8-iron. I went to the 7 and went literally 40%, and everything was going where I needed to go. And I was like, yo, and the first thing Ron said was like, Ben, tempo cures all.
Really
tempo
does.
Cures all. And I was like,
really
okay,
does.
because Ben, tempo cures all. And when I did that, it was kind of like, there was no, and I remember when we first got home, when we were in Arizona, I was like, Joe, about to hit this shit out the fucking, you were so excited, man. I was like, you had so much energy.
Yeah,
I was
swung
like,
at 150%.
like,
You do, right?
You slowed it down, but you was.
The good thing was when we have a best ball.
Yeah.
And we got JR with us.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, fuck this, I'm going for it.
Try it at least. I'm gonna try it at 300.
One thing I've realized for me, like when I'm playing, like if I'm swinging 110, 120, I know I can't live with that miss because that's gonna be OB.
Yeah,
I mean, way left, way right. My chances of par or better is gone. I'm literally playing for bogey or worse. So for me, that's like my last swing thought every single time. Yep. Like, okay, smooth swing, worst kind of worst. I can live with it being 275, 10 yards left of the fairway left or right. But if I hit this 120 percent and this carries 40 yards left or 40 yards right, then I know I'm dead in the water. It's either OB, I'm hitting 3 off the tee if I get the event. Like, it's so many different, especially when you playing for, if I'm a 3 and I shoot 79, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm losing money.
Yeah, for sure.
So if I stay on the fairway and I just make par, then that's,
you got a chance.
I got a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially
I'm
giving up. I'm already giving up 9 or 10 shots depending on what I'm playing with.
But he said a key word is true. If you swinging harder, right, your misses are definitely going to be worse.
It's going to be way worse.
Because I noticed my misses are getting a lot better.
A lot better.
I started to gravitate to the clubs I'm at now. I was bouncing between going back to my older irons, a little thicker stealth, going to a P790. I was like, I like my misses here. I feel like I like the tempo here, like this. And my misses are getting better. Golf's fucking weird, bro. You know, when your misses get crazy.
It's all tempo.
Yeah.
So
90% when you go south, it's just you're just going too fast and trying to hit it too hard. And then there's something about it too, where it's like like on the range, if I hit one bad, then I want to hurry up and rush and hit another one. I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, same thing,
what am I doing? That's just gonna make it worse. And then you hit 5 bad ones in a row. It's like, the only thing you could do is just go 60%.
That's it.
Chip it. Remember we were saying the tour pros learn how to hit a 400-yard drive. Like Bryson DeChambeau learned how to hit it 400 yards, and he misses here. So if he chips it, he could chip it 320 and miss here. You know, so it's nice to have it in you that you could go 150 in percent,
100%,
and hit the shit out of it. So when you play, you just chip it.
Yeah, when I play with Tony,
280, like he said, just chipping it, 285 down the middle. Let's go.
It's funny. I played in, I think it was the BMW at in Delaware. Was it Delaware this year? I think so. And I'm playing with Tony and Tony Finau in the Pro-Am. And he's looking at me, man, you got a beautiful swing. He's like, how hard are you swinging trying to get you trying to get every ball there with every club? I'm like, yeah, for the most part. He's like, and then he's like, yeah, so it's like 75, 80. He's like, I'm like, yeah, closer to 90, percent, right? He's like, yeah, I got at least 20, what did you say? Another 20
miles per hour.
Miles per hour in my bag, like I don't even use. So I'm saying, I'm sitting here listening to him, like, so if you already swing at 114, 115 a driver, and you still have 20 miles in your bag, and you're carrying it 320, 315 already, and you're not even using it, I'm scared of what that looks like.
Playing for a lot of money. You can't go with that swing out there. You do it on the back of the range, fucking off and talking shit with your boys, like, watch this. But like when you're in the tournament and playing, I told y'all before, Tony at Riviera, we're both in the middle of the fairway side by side. I hit a 5-iron on 18 up the hill. I hit it as good as I could hit it. It hit the front of the green, turned around and did a U-turn and came back off the green. Tony hits it 3 foot, right? Because he teed off from the pro tee, I teed off from the other tee, and we were about even in the fairway. So I went first. I was a little bit behind him. Hit the 5-iron. Think I'm perfect. Fucker turns around and rolls off the green. And then he hits it 3 foot. So I said, what'd you hit, 4-iron? He goes, no, I chipped the 3. So imagine me, I'm hitting a hard 5-iron. This dude can hit it a mile. He just chipped the 3-iron. Low, chippy 3-iron up the hill, hits.
That's what I was saying.
Bounce and roll right to the hole. No zippy, no speed.
But I also didn't know, I played TPC Harding Park, and it was like 42 degrees. San Francisco's weather's really not that good ever.
Ever.
I never knew, this is in my brain, even thinking science. I'm thinking if it's colder, I'm thinking like if I get hit by a ball and it's hot, I feel like the ball's, like, I don't know, like I've absorbed the hit better. It's not going to go. I'm always thinking the ball goes faster in the colder weather because like the wind, whatever, it goes way slower. So I didn't realize all this, right? Rangefinders don't work in the fog, all that stuff. It'll just say 40 feet, 40 yards instead of being like 200, Yeah. So my coach was like, hey, man, put a ball in your pocket. Most caddies will do that in the cold weather. Keep it warm, whatever. And he's like, ball needs to get hot, warm, it expands, it gets softer. So I was keeping a ball in the pocket, and I had pocket warmers. I started going up a club, even 2 clubs. It was helping a lot. That helped me out. Some people were like, I'm hitting the pitching wedge off this shit. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, shit, I'm hitting the 8-iron. So that, they feel like I'm 2 clubs higher, hitting the same distance, but I didn't give a fuck because I felt better.
Yeah.
So once I got into that mentality, if I felt, I know my distances, but what I'll do is I'll not cheat myself. I'll just say like, hey, listen, I'm going to swing softer and go up a club. I always felt better that way.
Yeah. That's why I stopped asking people what clubs they hit.
Man, what? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what club you hit. It doesn't matter what you hit.
It doesn't matter what club you hit. Because that is not going to go the same as when I hit that club.
100%.
Come on.
And like for me, a lot of it, and like they say don't watch YouTube and stuff like that, but I listen to Tiger and Rory and those dudes and Colin a lot. And one thing is, they already know what the person is hitting, but they know with the sound of how the person hit it to where they even know if he got it all, he hit it thin, he hit it fat, he like what the person did. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, that's too much information for me. Like,
that's too
like if you hit a 7-iron, bro, you hit a 7-iron. Good job. I might need a 6. It is what it is.
Yes.
No, some dude was talking shit the other day when we were playing. I just told him I had one of the best shots of my entire life. But I use a hybrid. That's a wood pretty much, right? Yeah. I had a 4 hybrid. I don't use it. I replaced my 4-iron because I was having a hard time hitting it. Right, 177-yard par 3 at Goat Hill. Hit it 10 foot past the pin. Made the 10-foot birdie putt. My boy is using like a fucking 7-iron, and he gets it, but he ended up shooting a 4, shot a fucking bogey. Yeah. So I don't give a fuck what he did. I'm saying I used to feel fucked up about it using the bigger club, but the scorecard, right?
I'm gonna tell you this. We have a par 3 that JR knows about at Lakeside. It is number 9. It's about 225 yards.
235 on certain days.
That's a tough hole.
With the wind too.
Yeah.
I'm hitting my driver there every time still. Soft driver. I'm like, yeah, here comes Jody with the soft driver. I don't care. Because if I get a par, that's all anybody matters. What's on my scorecard? Yeah. You got a 4 and you used the 1. Oh, you used the 8.
Great work.
Yeah, great
George
work,
Lopez first hole.
Nice drive with your 4.
George Lopez first hole in 1 is that hole.
God.
That 235. Oh, that's crazy, right?
Did he drive it?
Yeah.
He used a 3-wood.
Malcolm had 3-wood yesterday. I almost dunked it.
You got to hit it full to 3-wood, right?
Yeah.
It's like that one.
But he hit a 3-wood off the deck at Turnberry in Miami. And we was in Miami, bro.
Hit that shit since.
This motherfucker okay, by the way, listen to this. He's 275 to the pin. I'm 300 to the pin. I'm hitting a 7-iron, gonna lay up and then use a fucking wedge to get onto the green. This motherfucker hit off the deck. That bitch went like 280. I've never seen a 3-wood ever in my life go that far. Now he overshot the green and went a little past the thing, but I didn't care. I was so impressed with how far it went, right? And he was just like all quiet and shit. He's like, man, shut up, man.
He just said he ain't hit it since.
I know, but still.
Like that
That was it.
Seriously.
He hit that shit
I'm ready
out
to get
the
rid of
moon.
that junk.
He was looking at a 3-wood around the corner earlier.
I'm looking at that. I'm trying to see what office that is, actually.
Man.
Clubs don't let it get used over there.
Are there, what NFL players you know are real good with golf? Good at golf?
I know Ben was the best player on the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger. When
Really?
We was there. Yeah. Ben's nice. Ben's probably like a 4 or 5 handicap. And his son is actually really, really good too. Son's probably like 12 years old.
Really?
I don't know what. I think his handicap's probably around like a 13, something like that. He's really
Big
nice.
Ben is a 4?
Big Ben is a stick. He
Wow.
can play anywhere. He's really good. He was the best player on the Steelers for sure. Who else? Odell, I'm not saying he's bad. Odell can play like me. Vaughn, me and Vaughn play kind of head up. You know what I'm saying? I think I might give him a stroke or two. Who else I played with though? TJ Watt is not too good. He's getting lessons. JJ's pretty good. Cam Hayward, not the best golf. There's not too many dudes I get that I play. Oh, who we got? Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, you know Keenan. You play with Keenan. Keenan's straight.
Keenan's
good?
Key is my dog.
Yeah. I'm gonna start playing with a lot more of those dudes now though, since the season off season is done. So they was doing in season.
What about like retired players? Any other retired players that are good?
Larry Fitzgerald? He plays all the time.
Yeah, he's good.
Over.
Yeah,
I play him at Lakeside. Who else we got? Pat P. Yeah, Pat P. Pat P's pretty good. Ebron's pretty good.
Scobie.
Scope?
Josh Scobie.
Oh, Josh. Okay, yeah.
You ever played with Charles Woodson before?
Never.
Oh, okay.
I missed out on my opportunity to play with Jordan because that was before I started golfing. We would do the golf trip, the annual Jordan trip. Him, Ray Allen, all the boys would go golfing. Joe, you want to come? Like, there's no way. I'm chilling. I missed on my best opportunities of a lifetime, but now I can't. And now I'm ready. I got the cap. I got the sheet, Jordan, wherever. If you're listening, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, Mike, Joe's ready, man.
I said that like years ago. I met MJ like in the 90s. I met him. I met him in the 2000, whatever. And I know his son Marcus real well, right? We're good boys. And he was like, yo, come on, play with us at Shadow, whatever. And come out here. And then play golf then. So now I'm ready to go.
We both missed on the op. Let's go
Let's go down there.
We both missed the opportunity.
Let's go do it.
What's your favorite club in the bag, Joe?
My favorite club in the bag is I would say my pitching wedge and my 8-iron. For real.
Pitching wedge.
Pitching wedge and 8-iron.
It's one of my favorite clubs too.
I gave me a 160. I think that's going to be my first hole in one.
The 8-iron,
8-iron,
160.
165.
You got a lot better with your wedges the last time we played. Driver was a little shaky.
That's the only
wedges,
thing, bro. My driver, because that's why I'm in my head. But
you know what, though?
Good. Oh, I didn't been doing good. Let me go a little bit further. Why don't you do further?
Yeah.
You can't.
You don't
Hit it just
need
like
to
that.
either.
Just like that.
So you remember hole 1? First driver, and I'm not talking shit, I'm just letting you know, he was pumped up. You literally hit it 150%, right?
Yes.
And it went like a little OB. You're like, no, fuck this shit. No, I gotta get another one, man. No. The second one, though, straight as a bitch, and it went well.
Yes.
And I was like, bro,
I just slowed
why
down
can't
a
you
little
just do
bit.
that? I mean, you didn't just slow down. You also were more calm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, you could just do that, let's say the first
Because we
time.
were hype. You were like, let's go. I got pinball. I got
You can't do that to the football player, bro.
No.
Edge, like, he
But we
it's
were going
over.
to the hole like, let's go.
We're offense,
Like,
bro.
we was
Relax.
Chandler. I was like, no, chill out.
So it's safe to say your driver is the worst club in the bag.
Driver's worst club in the bag.
You try
Join
other
the club.
drivers? Like what
I've tried 75 drivers. None of them getting fitted. They're changing the loft on my drivers. I'm like, what?
Joe's a tweaking for sure.
I'm tweaking everything, grips, handles, shafts. I'm like, bro, there's nothing. There's nothing.
It's got to be the arrows.
So
not the
frustrating,
Indians,
bro.
I'm telling you.
So, but then now I relax and it goes
But
back.
not just that. Like I've noticed, I was playing this tournament for Justin Thomas. Like it was a baseball tournament at Sherwood, and I was like, bro, there's too many people watching now. I just don't care. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go one full motion, like a smooth motion, like this way and this way. Bro, it was like the best driving shot I ever had. And I was like, dude, I can't just do it again. Because mentally, I won't let it go. At some point, I'm going to try to snap. I'm going to try to not turn my body enough, whatever. I just felt like, let me just fucking stay loose and just try to hit up.
Tiger does when you see Tiger get up, he'll tee up the ball and then go behind the ball, and then he'll stare at the ball and he'll do like a 20%, like a slow motion swing. You ever see him? And he's visualizing the ball, and he doesn't even look at he's like looking as he does these two little slow ass swings.
The only thing he finishes is his finish.
Just a perfect follow through, this little 20%. He'll do two of those, and then he'll step in and hit it. He doesn't do like a fast swing first, practice swing. He just goes
Tiger?
so slow.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, and so when I'm trying to do it, I'll do the same shit. I'll go up and I'll swing one like 40%, and then I'll tell myself, like, I dare you to do that again. Like when I go to hit it, like I'm daring myself, I dare you to swing 40% with the driver, because I know I can't.
Yeah.
I know if I try 40, it's going to be 80.
And that's going to be perfect.
But if you try 80, it might be 120.
For sure.
So you gotta, just like gas yourself out. Like, I dare you to swing like this, and then get up there, and that's when I hit it the best.
Absolutely.
Full gas.
Who is your dream foursome if you could pick?
My dream foursome would be
In golf, that is.
Okay. Obviously.
It's not obvious.
They fucked it up.
Let's go.
Like,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan, for sure. I missed out on that one. Tiger Woods, myself, and we going against them, Swish.
Oh, I like it.
We going against them, Swish. I swear. This is no funny. Swish is one of my favorite people
No, bro,
ever to golf with.
Bro, do you understand
Seriously.
that we played his tournament in Miami?
With StockX.
Bro, do you understand, dog, that a tsunami, a miniature hurricane hit? I'm talking, I've been in the Philippines rain. I've been in rain. But it was, it's that Miami rain, right? So it wasn't like cold. It was like 70-something, but it was pouring. I don't mean just pouring. I hit my putter, and when I say putter, on any other day, that ball was going to go 100 yards.
Yeah.
It didn't go 5 feet. That's how the draining was messed up. It was pouring, right? This motherfucker takes off his shirt. I'm pumped. He's like, let's fucking go. We're like 3 under right now. We're like, we both came.
They both came in, no shirts on.
I took my shirt off. Everyone is back in the clubhouse. We still playing. I'm like, wait, what you doing? He parked on the trees. We going, man, fuck this. He went out, kept going, and I was like, yo, this motherfucker different.
That's the love.
My favorite person to play with is JR, so I get it.
1,000%, bro.
To rope, I'm not gonna lie, to rope a drive in the pouring rain when even though it didn't even matter, it wasn't like for a tournament or anything. It was like
fun.
very few feelings that was better than that.
Oh man,
pouring rain, soaking wet, wet that the grips are wet and shit. There's no thought of like an umbrella or anything. It's like I'm out here like in swim trunks. It's like at the damn amusement water park wet. You're just having a ball under the sprinklers and shit.
What do you think the differences are between like the competitiveness in the NFL, like football, and competitiveness in golf? Like how would you compare the two?
Oh, I think this just completely, I mean, not completely. I think it's a lot more mental in golf, just being able to keep yourself locked in on. I mean, that's kind of like a cornerback too, though. I mean, just next play, like next shot, you can always figure it out. I just think the physical aspect with like getting hit and stuff, obviously, but the competitive nature, I think it's the same. I just think the one thing about the golf game that's so tough is that football is just more how much you lift, how much you work out, what you do. Like I can impose my will on someone. In golf, I think it's more mental that you can stay locked in and keep hitting good shots and consistently make putts and not get in your head if you have a bad shot. So I think it's just being able to, the grind of golf, of those 18 holes, you think you're the best when you get a birdie and then try to do that again the next hole. Like try to do 2 birdies back to back. Like that's just as, like, I think that's something that grinds in golf, and that's something that I think is the same thing with like corners and just being able to next play quarterback those interception. Like don't worry about it, like get back into it. Like the mental thing is, I think, very, very similar.
I feel like for when I see, golf, I think it's golf, football, even baseball to an extent. It's not as, you have an action and then you wait. Then you have an action and then you wait. So like in between plays, you get your play or whatever, you got your personal, you on your whatever you line up, and then you got like that quick 8 or 9 seconds, and then you're like, all right, bet you back to the, you know what I mean? And then golf is kind of like that same mindset. You lock in for that 5, 6, 7 seconds or whatever for your pre-shot routine, your swing, and then you back like, all right, you chilling.
Yeah.
And then next shot, you walk up to your shot, all right, you got that 5, 6 second window. All right, now you chilling, you talking, figuring it out, whatever. And for me, it was hard because basketball is like the only time you really get that is timeout.
Timeout, yeah.
Free throws, like everything is just nonstop.
Back.
So when the adrenaline pumping, it's like, you know what I mean? It's just nonstop reactions. And then golf is hard for me because like my adrenaline would go and I can't turn it down for 5, 6, 7 holes.
Yeah.
Like I'll hit a birdie and before you know I'm double bogey. You know what I mean? And then now I've gotten to the point where I'm really like locking in on each individual shot and treating it more like I got an 8-second play. All right, cool. Then I got 15 minutes to chill or 10 minutes to chill, however you walk to that ball. I think you got another 8 seconds. And then, so I try to break it up for me, but I feel like that's a lot similar to like quarterbacks or punters, because especially punters, because that's the only, punters and kickers, I feel like that's the only people in your sport who really get a practice. You know what I'm saying? You could go practice your leg, kick a bunch into the net or something like that. But for you, it's like, shit, you get beat or you pick that joint off, it's just you off to the races. You know what I'm saying? It's not really, okay, oh, damn, my bad, we're going to run that play again. We're going to throw that same screen bubble pass and like, nah, it's
I get
over.
what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean, yeah.
That's dope, though.
Well, what city has better golf, man? Pittsburgh or Cleveland?
See, I didn't golf when I was in Cleveland, really. I went to, what was it? I think we did Firestone. Is that in Ohio? Firestone's in Ohio. So that's where we did the once a year. That's why I went. I went to the Firestone. Now I'm like, I can't believe I was disrespecting that course like that. I had my terrible trash self on there just playing bad. But Pittsburgh has, I was a member at Edgewood. They have a spot called Oakmont. We got to play out there. That's
real.
I shot a 101 on Oakmont. It was real.
That's not bad, bro.
I shot a 101.
Oakmont is
and
you were
cool
with it.
A real 101. I was cool, you know. And Oakmont's out there. It's some really nice courses out in Pittsburgh. So I think I would say Pitt because I just played there a lot more.
Well, what's your favorite courses, just in general?
In general, okay, I love Madison.
Okay,
The Madison Club.
Madison
That
Club.
was
What a
really
day
nice.
that place
Oh my
is,
goodness,
huh?
that is an
Man,
experience.
Palm Springs,
That's
man.
an experience. We got I like Shadow Creek. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And Vegas. What else we got? Scottsdale National in Arizona.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, that's probably one of my favorites too. Then what else we got? I like Bel Air and I like Hillcrest here.
Hillcrest is
Hillcrest
insane.
is so nice,
Isn't it?
Oh my goodness, it's beautiful.
I love it there.
Playing that next
Have you
week.
been to the
Wednesday.
updated
that's
Bel
the
Air
one,
since they
dude.
updated the tee boxes and stuff? Or
I was at Bel Air yesterday.
oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah, so-
changed the clubhouse, everything.
Dude, I can't wait. That clubhouse
not
is like
open yet, right?
75,000 square feet.
It's not open, right?
It's not. No, it's not open yet. It should be
we
open in
doing
like
$75
they said by
million or
August.
something crazy too. They
They
spent
said
mad
August
money.
it should open.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
We're supposed to sell them.
What do you think about walking at Bel Air though?
I love walking.
Yeah.
I like that because it's giving me my chance to really take the game. I'm not rushing it. Take my cart over there to another bad shot. No, Joe, slow it down. Caddy, walking.
Yo, I felt bad. I got
I'm
the
just
doctor's note.
Caddy walking. Oh, so
And
you-
then people looked at me sideways, and I'm like, hold on, I'm 50. And like, I don't give a fuck.
There's gonna be 80-year-olds
Yeah, I
walking
know.
out there.
But they looked at me. They looked at
Why do they
like
look at you crazy? If you're not
like my friend looked at me a little
75 and up, you
crazy.
can't take a
where are
cart.
you member?
What's that?
Where do you get your?
I mean, basically Lakeside is where I play the most because of George and everything. But he was talking shit one day. He's like, I hate motherfuckers that try to use my membership. I was like, George,
Chill out.
I'll pay every time. I don't give a fuck. You know, he's like, I'm not talking about you to other people. I was like, all right, man, like, what's up? So like, you know, I think that I'm actually ready to be like, fuck it. I'm ready to join 3 clubs and just see whatever and go in. But, you know, I play everywhere, but it does get annoying because, you know, I feel like when you behind somebody at like a public course, whatever, it's not really much you can say and you start skipping holes and it just fucks up
in
your
LA, if you're not a member somewhere good, you're in trouble.
You're in
Yeah.
trouble.
Even if you have 5 friends that are members somewhere good,
Oh,
you're
for
in
sure.
trouble.
Yeah.
Like you
100%.
have to be a member of one of those top 5 joints. And if you are, it's a great town for
Yeah.
golf. But if you're not, it's for the birds.
It's
What are
for
y'all's
sure.
favorite courses though? I'm trying to hit all of them though. That's
Oh,
the thing.
man.
I played Riv too. That one it was really
Riv
nice.
is nice.
I really like
I love
We like-
Riviera.
I like the vibes too. Though.
Easter
I'm trying to get vibes.
Vibes. Ooh.
That's why I like Bel Air. Bel Air gave me a nice
Bel Air
vibe.
got
But you know
Bel
what though?
Air
Have you
vibe.
played LACC yet?
I have not, and I have not. I don't want to
It's-
talk
it's
about
not
it.
a
I heard
vibe,
it's not the
but
vibe. I heard
the
it's
course is amazing.
It's rated one of the greatest courses. In the
Tillen
world.
I heard
has
it's beautiful though.
SFG. Cal Club is a vibe.
But you know what though? Now, still only 31 rounds in, so it's not a lot of golf. I'm biased. This is my town. This is where I grew up. I was born and raised here. I feel like San Diego golf is just better. Country clubs are not, private or not. You know, I just feel like, I don't know, you were talking about the bridges the other day and farms. I don't know, in general, I just feel like they just have,
The best golf in America to me is by far the Hamptons first, and then Carmel, Pebble Beach, Monterey is that. Northern California
Right.
is to me by far the best too. So that's from like San Francisco to Pebble Beach.
yeah, of course,
up
Olympic
there.
Club, TPC,
And
all
then
that.
in the Hamptons, that place
Taking that
is
tri-state
just.
area all day.
I gotta get there. I haven't played there
this-
You
yet.
take that, right?
But I mean, as far as Southern California
taking-
goes,
you take-
south of
yeah,
Santa
please,
Barbara,
please,
what are you
please.
messing with?
Riviera, Hillcrest, Lakeside. If I went down south, I would do the bridges,
Bridge.
but none of that's as good as those. There's nothing down there in San Diego to me that's as good as.
You think Hillcrest is better than the farms?
Yes, I love Hillcrest. I love LACC, Riviera.
yeah.
I love Bel Air. I not as much as I love the others, and I like Lakeside even better than like here. I would say Riviera, LACC, Hillcrest, Lakeside, and then Bel Air.
Yeah.
In this area, and Sherwood's awesome.
I don't
Sherwood's
know.
Sherwood's
good,
not in
dude.
this area. I'm tired of people saying
Yeah,
that.
but it's
Sure.
close. It's close.
It's close enough, but
Yeah.
it ain't close.
Yeah, nah, dog. Sherwood is such a fucking drive, bro.
I like your list. I love
Yeah.
your
It's a
list.
good
actually.
list
it's
right
it's
here,
a great list.
right?
It's
I
a
love
great
Lakeside
list.
though.
I
You
got
gotta
one of
say
those.
Riv, LACC, and then
I got Lakeside
Hillcrest,
third.
Hillcrest.
and then Lakeside.
But I never
then
played
Bel
LACC,
Air.
so-
Then maybe you would go Wilshire or keep on going or
Okay,
something. But Lakeside and Hillcrest are probably about the same too.
I love
Lakeside's
Lakeside.
golf is insane.
So nice.
amazing.
But that damn Hillcrest remodel and all
It's
that,
beautiful.
It's just
And their what are
the location,
comfort stations?
yeah,
at
the
Hillcrest?
comfort
Oh, my goodness.
stations.
Oh, what?
But like markets
Beautiful.
like Florida, Palm Springs, Arizona, like those three are cool, but they're not as good as like that New York.
Yeah, and
that
you got to be
Long
a member
Island
there
golf
too.
is nothing better.
It's hard to play. I'm moving from Florida now to back here, and like, don't get me wrong, Florida has good golf, but I mean, if you're not spending $500,000 to be a member, it's like, what's the point? No disrespect, but I don't look like Bill Gates and Bezos to you, so I ain't spending that. And it's like, you know, the further you get down to where our lifestyle would be, more Miami-ish and like 20, 30 minutes outside of Miami, the golf isn't as
it's not
nowhere
as good.
No.
No, it's not it.
Nobody wants to. I mean, you don't want to live in North Palm Beach, and you know, I was walking in
And
FedEx,
like
people looking at
Floridian
me crazy. Like,
Yeah.
what you doing over here? Like, you know what? Let me take my
know
talents
what?
back to South Beach.
Real talk.
You got any future endeavors, whether it be business, whether it be personal, in the game of golf? Like, what you thinking?
Man, golf wise, I'm gonna start doing some pro-ams
Okay.
for sure. I told my team I definitely want to start doing those. Looking to try to do start a little golf show. You know, I know with Nick and with Jordan, all these dudes, everybody, we play so much.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So definitely just getting involved in that. And then I'm doing trips. I'm going to Pinehurst for my birthday. Hopefully you pulling up to that joint.
Bandon Dunes.
Bandon Dunes. So just golfing all around and enjoying it right now.
You got any aspirations to be the club champ?
Oh my goodness, bro. Honestly, I would say I do. I do, for real. I want to get to close to scratch. Like, I want to start taking it that serious.
Right.
I think now I'm around 13. So, and that's from when I started 3 years ago, bro. I was like a 24, 25. So I think I can be able to, if I start really locking in, this is my first year retired. So it went from an 18 to a 13.
Right.
Now it's time to get that thing down single digits and then start really getting it right. So, A little bit, but I'm not too. I don't want to take it too seriously where I start getting mad while I'm playing. So I'm like, I'm not good enough to get mad yet. So let me start chilling. And if it really starts catching on, then you know what I'm saying. Definitely.
I'll tell you,
Put gas on
Hey,
it.
we embrace
the
it,
lower
man.
you get, the madder you get. Trust me.
That's what I'm saying. I want to get right to.
Like
I think an 8 won't make me mad. An 8, I'll be happy at an 8.
Until you go and shoot
Nah,
94.
until you want.
Yeah, then you're like, I'm an 8.
Look,
I'm
bro,
trash.
trust me, man. That I'm not even putting that. Yeah, because he told me keep your handicap high, bro. Keep your handicap
You
high.
better just stop telling people what your handicap is.
And so I just basically, I've been trying to even put in fucked up things, but then I wonder what happened with my
Don't do that.
Do that. You gotta get your shit up.
I'm telling you right now.
Don't do that.
Do that.
Just keep it legit. Just keep it legit.
I put a fucked up score in there, and I was like, hey, bro, my shit didn't change. He goes, Ben, the course you're playing at, the slope rating and everything else is a lot harder at Angeles than it is here, and this one's harder here.
Yeah.
He said, that's why it's not going to change.
And you got to get those 20 rounds out.
Yeah, and it only
Yeah.
takes the best 5.
I know, out
So
of
if
the
you go
20.
put 10 bad scores in, you're still the same handicap.
Yeah,
This
it's
shit is,
fucked
if you
up.
get it too low, you almost need to just dead that one and
Yeah.
start a new one. Because you're not going to bring it up.
Yeah.
It's got to go up.
It's bullshit, bro. It's bullshit.
It's going low.
My kid went one time, and my son, and he went in the computer and fucking put in that I shot like 3 under or some shit. So I'm randomly there at the golf course, and he was in the men's locker room playing with the computer. I saw him over there, no big deal. It was a few days before the first, and then I got an email. It said, you like a 1 handicap. I'm like, what the fuck? And my heart just like, I'm like, and then I go look, and it says, 67 or some shit from the back tees at the course. And I said, oh my God. I said, my son, what did you do that for? What did you do that for? I'm like, it's going to cost me a lot of money. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me?
Man.
And then so I called the club and I told the head pro, I said, dude, we got a big problem. He said, what? I said, I'm like a 6, 7 handicap or some shit. I woke up this morning, I'm a 1. Remington sabotaged me. He went in there, he blew me up. And so they took it out. They took the 1 score out. I went back. I was fine. But you got to call somebody.
Yeah, I'm working with the USGA now, man. Come on, help me out.
Yeah,
no, but
exactly.
I did have a string of some really good rounds. But the thing is, the rounds weren't like crazy, but the course was tough. So that's what made the handicap. It was fucked up, man.
You shoot
But
good
I
on
ain't even tripping about it. I just like playing.
Have you been closer? Do you have a hole-in-one?
No, I do. I was close yesterday at Bel Air, bro. With the driver on 10, up the hill, roll. I was probably like 6, 8 inches away.
Is the bridge still there on 10?
Yep.
It is?
Yep. That's the one. And I hit the driver right up there, right past it, roll back down.
I know that's right.
I ain't mad. Shit, bro. Hey, Joe, man, thank you very much for coming on, man. You've been
appreciate you
an
coming
amazing
on, man.
guest, bro.
Sure.
Amazing
Pleasure
father,
to have you,
inspiration, bro. Thank you, brother.
For sure.
That's Joe Haden, our first pro NFL player on Par 3 podcast. Join us next time. My man J.R. Smith, my man Stephen Malbon, and again, of course, the great future Hall of Famer, Joe Haden.
See y'all at Lakeside. See you at Lakeside.